Imagine being so wealthy that when you visited another country, you accidentally changed its entire economy. Not by invading it, not by discovering new land, but simply by giving away too much gold. It sounds like fiction, but it's a true story. More than 700 years ago, one man became so rich that historians still debate whether anyone in history has ever matched his fortune. His name was Mansa Musa, ruler of the Mali Empire. His wealth was so legendary that it appeared on medieval maps. Kings admired him. Merchants chased his trade routes. Travelers crossed deserts just to witness the riches of his empire. But his greatest display of generosity had an unexpected consequence. By spending and gifting enormous amounts of gold during a famous journey, he unintentionally disrupted local gold markets for years. How did one man become richer than entire kingdoms? And how could generosity cause an economic crisis? This is the extraordinary story of Mansa Musa, the man so rich he crashed the gold market. When people talk about the richest individuals in history, names like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or John D. Rockefeller usually come to mind. But centuries before modern billionaires existed, West Africa was home to an emperor whose wealth became legendary. His empire stretched across vast lands, rich in natural resources. Its cities attracted scholars, merchants, and travelers from across Africa and the Middle East. Its trade routes connected distant civilizations, and beneath its soil lay one of the world's greatest treasures, gold. During the 14th century, gold was one of the most valuable commodities on Earth. It backed currencies, it financed kingdoms, it symbolized power, and the Mali Empire controlled an astonishing share of the global gold supply. At the center of this remarkable empire stood one extraordinary ruler, Mansa Musa. Chapter 1. Who was Mansa Musa? Mansa Musa became ruler of the Mali Empire around 1312. The title Mansa means king or emperor in the Mande language. By the time he took the throne, Mali was already one of Africa's most powerful kingdoms, but under his leadership, it grew even stronger. The empire stretched across parts of present-day Mali, Senegal, Guinea, Mauritania, Niger, Burkina Faso, and neighboring regions. Its territory covered thousands of miles. It controlled important trade routes across the Sahara Desert, and it linked West Africa to North Africa and the Mediterranean world. Unlike many rulers remembered mainly for conquest, Mansa Musa also became known for administration, trade, learning, and public works. He invested in cities, supported Islamic scholarship, and encouraged commerce throughout his empire. His reign helped transform Mali into one of the most influential states of its time. Chapter 2. The richest empire in Africa. So where did all this wealth come from? The answer wasn't magic. It was geography, trade, and natural resources. The Mali Empire sat at the crossroads of major trans-Saharan trade routes. Merchants traveled for months across the desert, carrying valuable goods. They traded salt from the Sahara, gold from West African mines, ivory, leather, textiles, and other luxury products. Among all these resources, gold was the empire's greatest advantage. Many historians believe that during Mansa Musa's reign, Mali controlled a large portion of the gold reaching Mediterranean and Middle Eastern markets. That gave the empire enormous economic influence, yet gold alone did not explain Mali's success. Its rulers protected trade routes, taxed commercial activity, and developed thriving cities where merchants could safely buy and sell goods. One city became especially famous, Timbuktu. Long before it became a symbol of mystery, Timbuktu was a flourishing center of trade, education, and culture. Scholars gathered there to study mathematics, astronomy, law, medicine, and theology. Books became valuable commodities. Knowledge became a source of prestige, and wealth flowed not only through gold but through ideas. By the early 14th century, the Mali Empire had become one of the world's great economic powers. But Mansa Musa was about to do something that would make his name echo across continents for centuries. Chapter 3. Where did his wealth come from? Mansa Musa's fortune didn't appear overnight. It was built on one of the most powerful economic systems of the medieval world. The Mali Empire controlled rich goldfields in West Africa, including regions near Bambouk and Bure, which supplied large amounts of gold to international markets. At the same time, the empire controlled another valuable resource: salt. Today, salt is inexpensive and easy to find. But in the 14th century, it was essential for preserving food and maintaining health. In many regions, it was nearly as valuable as gold by weight. Merchants crossed the Sahara with camel caravans carrying huge blocks of salt from the desert. On the return journey, they transported gold, ivory, kola nuts, and other valuable goods. Mali earned wealth by protecting these trade routes and collecting taxes on commerce. Every caravan that crossed the empire helped strengthen its economy. Instead of relying on a single source of income, Mali benefited from mining, trade, agriculture, and taxation. This diversified economy made the empire one of the wealthiest and most stable states of its era. As Mansa Musa's influence grew, he decided to undertake one of the most important journeys of his life, a pilgrimage that would make him famous across 3 continents. Chapter 4: The Legendary Pilgrimage to Mecca. In 1324, Mansa Musa began his pilgrimage to the holy city of Mecca. But this was no ordinary journey. Historical accounts describe a massive caravan unlike anything many people had ever seen. Thousands of attendants, soldiers, officials, servants, merchants, and long lines of camels carrying supplies and large quantities of gold. As the caravan crossed the Sahara and entered major cities, people watched in amazement. The procession stretched for miles. Its scale reflected the power and wealth of the Mali Empire. When Mansa Musa reached Cairo in Egypt, his generosity became legendary. He donated gold to the poor. He gave lavish gifts to officials. He rewarded merchants. He purchased luxury goods. His generosity impressed everyone he met. News of the wealthy African emperor spread rapidly across the Islamic world and into Europe. For many people, Mansa Musa became a symbol of unimaginable wealth. But there was one problem. He gave away so much gold that the local economy began to feel the effects. Chapter 5: The Man Who Crashed the Gold Market. Gold has value because it is relatively scarce. When too much enters a market in a short period, its value can decline. According to historical accounts, the enormous amount of gold Mansa Musa distributed in Cairo increased the local supply enough to reduce its value for years afterward. Merchants noticed prices changing. Gold bought less than before. Markets needed time to adjust. Modern historians debate the exact size and duration of the effect, but many agree that his spending had a significant economic impact on the region. Realizing what had happened, some accounts suggest Mansa Musa later tried to reduce the impact by borrowing gold from merchants at high interest before leaving Cairo, temporarily taking some gold back out of circulation. Whether or not that effort fully succeeded, the story became one of history's most famous examples of how the supply of money can influence an economy. His pilgrimage also transformed Mali's international reputation. Travelers wrote about the empire. Mapmakers placed Mansa Musa on medieval world maps holding a golden nugget. Merchants became eager to trade with West Africa. His journey wasn't just a religious pilgrimage. It was an event that introduced much of the wider world to the power, wealth, and influence of the Mali Empire. Chapter 6: Could anyone be richer than Mansa Musa? So, was Mansa Musa really the richest person who ever lived? The honest answer is, we'll probably never know. Unlike today's billionaires, Mansa Musa didn't own publicly traded companies or have a bank account that historians can measure. His wealth came from controlling one of history's richest empires. He had influence over gold mines, trade routes, taxes, farmland, and valuable natural resources. That makes it nearly impossible to convert his wealth into modern dollars with any real precision. Some websites estimate his fortune at hundreds of billions of dollars. Others suggest it would have been worth even more. But these numbers are only rough estimates. What historians generally agree on is this: Mansa Musa ruled one of the wealthiest empires of the medieval world, and his access to resources likely exceeded that of almost any individual ruler of his time. His influence became so famous that the Catalan Atlas of 1375, one of the most important medieval maps, depicted him seated on a throne, holding a large piece of gold. More than 650 years later, people are still talking about him. That alone says something extraordinary. Chapter 7. What happened to the Mali Empire? No empire remains at its peak forever. After Mansa Musa's death, the Mali Empire continued under new rulers. But maintaining such a vast territory became increasingly difficult. Trade routes shifted. Regional rivals gained strength. Internal political struggles weakened central authority. Over time, the Songhai Empire emerged as a major power in West Africa and took control of many important trading cities, including Timbuktu. The wealth that had once made Mali famous gradually became less concentrated. Yet the empire's influence didn't disappear. Its universities inspired generations of scholars. Its trading networks connected distant civilizations. Its architecture, culture, and traditions continued to shape West Africa for centuries. Although the empire declined, its legacy remained far greater than its borders. And Mansa Musa's name became a symbol of prosperity, unlike almost any other ruler in history. Modern lessons. At first glance, Mansa Musa's story seems to be only about gold. But the real lesson goes much deeper. Natural resources can create enormous wealth. However, lasting prosperity depends on how that wealth is managed. The Mali Empire succeeded not only because it possessed gold. It also benefited from trade, taxation, infrastructure, learning, and relatively secure commercial routes. Its cities became centers of education as well as commerce. Today, many nations still face similar choices. Countries rich in oil, natural gas, lithium, copper, or rare earth minerals can become incredibly prosperous. But long-term success usually comes from investing resource wealth into education, technology, infrastructure, healthcare, and diversified industries. History reminds us that resources may create opportunity, but wise leadership determines whether that opportunity lasts. Conclusion. Mansa Musa wasn't remembered simply because he owned gold. He was remembered because his wealth was so extraordinary that it captured the imagination of the world. His famous pilgrimage became one of history's greatest displays of generosity. His empire became a symbol of African prosperity, trade, and scholarship. And his story continues to challenge the way we think about wealth. Because true prosperity isn't measured only by how much you own. It's measured by the legacy you leave behind. More than 7 centuries later, Mansa Musa's name still appears in history books, economic discussions, and conversations about the richest people who ever lived. That is a legacy few leaders have ever achieved. If you enjoyed learning about one of history's most fascinating economic stories, subscribe for more documentaries exploring the rise and fall of empires, legendary rulers, and the financial decisions that shaped our world.